Hello, Namaskar, good evening. Welcome to NCRT's live interactive session. This is Simran Singh. And viewers, you are all watching us on PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12. Or you can also connect with us through our YouTube channel that you all know, it's NCRT Official. So it's around 4:12 p.m. on your watch, and regularly from 4 to 5 p.m. we come up with our special sessions for all our viewers. As you all know that every week we discuss about the journey of national ICT awardees. We come up with their journeys on our platform so that you get to know more about them and get inspired through their journeys. And today we'll get to know everything about National ICT Awards. What, why and how. All the important information like how you could apply to these awards, all the information in detail and how these awards are distributed, what is the procedure, everything you'll get to know in the next 1 hour. Providing us more guidance in this topic, in studio, we are joined by an expert. So let me introduce her to you. In the conversation we have with us Professor Indu Kumar. Namaskar, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
A very warm welcome in the session. Ma'am is from CIT, NCRT. And throughout our live interactive session, if you have any of the queries, write to us in the comment section of NCRT Official. Besides, here is our contact number flashing on your screen. So you may also give us a call at 8800-440-559. In our live interactive sessions, we try to take all your queries, but still, if any of your queries remain unanswered or if you want to share any of your feedback with us, then you may also note down this mail ID that is flashing on your screens. It is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. So let's begin with our conversation on National ICT Awards. So let's quickly know, ma'am, what are National ICT Awards and what all we are going to discuss in today's session. Just a brief for our viewers.
Yeah. So as the very title of this interaction suggests, so this is all about National ICT Awards. So these award CIT and NCRT in collaboration with Ministry of Education is giving away these awards for quite some time, the past many years. So it is very, very important to know why these awards are given, what is the purpose of giving these awards, what are the actual objectives of giving these awards, how to apply, what is the selection criteria. All these basic questions are very, very important to know to make these awards more popularized. Although these awards are popularized, but it's a fact that not many teachers have been given away these awards, because India as a country is not very proficient as far as school education is concerned in the use of information and communication technology and the education technology for that matter. So these awards were instituted for the purpose of bringing quality to the education, to just enhance the quality of education by encouraging teachers to use information and communication technology, to enhance the quality of education, to enhance the quality of the kind of pedagogy they use in their day-to-day life, and also for their own personal development, personal professional development, I must say. So I must go in a little history to tell you all about these awards. To promote the use of ICT, National ICT scheme was given away to the country in 2004. And after that, in 2010, this National ICT scheme was again revised, because we all know technology is a dynamic force. It is not static. On day-to-day basis, technology keeps changing. So in 2010, this scheme was revised, and in 2010 only, these National ICT Awards were introduced. And they were also documented in the revised National ICT Policy 2010. After that, as we all know that in 2015, Digital India campaign was launched by the Government of India, And after that, Samagra Shiksha was launched as a campaign, I must say. So keeping in view these two initiatives, the popularization of use of ICT in school education became all the more important, because let us see what are the goals of Digital India campaign as envisaged by the government. So Digital India campaign, as you can see on the screen, 2015 strives to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy by focusing on three visions, or we can say three areas. So area one is digital infrastructure as core utility to every citizen. So digital infrastructure is very, very important. Until and unless there is an infrastructure instituted in schools, it is not possible to integrate educational technology or ICT into the teaching learning process. Then area two is e-governance and services on demand. So e-governance and any kind of service which we strive to, ICT makes it possible to bring it to us on demand. So ICT makes it possible, and it was another area or another vision of Digital India campaign. Then area three is digital literacy and empowerment of citizen. To use information and communication technology, digital literacy is also very, very important, and it empowers citizen. Because in this age of information and communication technology, if we are not digitally literate, we lag behind in many aspects of functionalities. So it becomes very difficult to function in so many areas. So these were the three areas of Digital India campaign. And under Samagra Shiksha also there is a component of ICT, and which recommends to more and more use of information and communication technology to enhance the quality of education. So this is the background against which these national ICT awards were instituted, and from 2011 onwards these awards are being given away to the teachers. And just to energize our viewers on National ICT Awards and to encourage them to use ICT in their teaching learning process, I would like to showcase here a small video. This is the launch video for the National ICT Award 2018, and here I must mention that up till now we have given away award up to the year 2019, and recently we have opened our portal for teachers, or we advertised for inviting entries for the awards for 2019, 2020 and 2021. So let us watch this video. So what all our teachers are doing with the use of ICT. So let's watch this video.
विद्यालयी शिक्षकों हेतु राष्ट्रीय आईसीटी पुरस्कार। राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 स्कूली शिक्षा में सूचना एवं संचार प्रौद्योगिकी यानी आईसीटी के उपयोग पर विशेष बल देते हुए इसमें शिक्षकों के प्रशिक्षण और उनकी सक्रिय प्रतिभागिता की संस्तुति करती है। राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति शैक्षिक प्रौद्योगिकी के प्रभावी उपयोग को प्रोत्साहित करती है ताकि इसके माध्यम से सीखने सिखाने की प्रक्रिया, आकलन, योजना एवं प्रबंधन एवं सभी हितधारकों आदि का सशक्त क्षमता संवर्धन हो और शिक्षण अधिगम के उच्चतम लक्ष्यों की संप्राप्ति सुनिश्चित की जा सके। समग्र शिक्षा अभियान के अंतर्गत भी यह अनुशंसा की गई है कि देश की विभिन्न मातृभाषाओं में गुणवत्तापूर्ण शैक्षिक ई सामग्रियों का सतत निर्माण हो और उन्हें पीएम ई-विद्या, दीक्षा, स्वयं प्रभा और निष्ठा जैसे राष्ट्रीय शैक्षिक डिजिटल मंचों द्वारा शिक्षकों, विद्यार्थियों, अभिभावकों और हितधारकों से साझा किया जाए। साथ ही शिक्षण सामग्री, शिक्षा शास्त्र एवं सूचना और संचार प्रौद्योगिकी को समेकित करने के द्वारा सीखने सिखाने की प्रक्रिया को अधिकाधिक आनंददायी, रोचक, समग्र और साथ ही विश्व स्तरीय मानकों के अनुकूल भी बनाया जा सके। इस कार्य के प्रभावी निष्पादन के लिए शिक्षा मंत्रालय भारत सरकार द्वारा निरंतर यह प्रोत्साहन दिया जाता रहा है कि शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में सेवारत शिक्षक शैक्षिक सूचना एवं संचार प्रौद्योगिकी का अधिक से अधिक उपयोग कक्षा में करें। इसी क्रम में राष्ट्रीय ICT पुरस्कार उन शिक्षकों को सम्मानित करने का एक महती प्रयास है जिन्होंने विद्यालयी शिक्षा में शिक्षण सामग्री, शिक्षण विधा और ICT को ऐसे नवाचारी और रोचक ढंग से समेकित किया जिसके परिणाम स्वरूप सीखने सिखाने की प्रक्रिया अत्यधिक आनंददायी, बहुमुखी और रुचिकर बन सकी। इस पुरस्कार के अंतर्गत उन शिक्षक शिक्षिकाओं के प्रयासों को सराहा जा रहा है जिन्होंने सूचना और प्रौद्योगिकी के विभिन्न माध्यमों जैसे शैक्षिक मोबाइल ऐप्स, उच्च गुणवत्तापूर्ण ई सामग्री, दृश्य और श्रव्य सामग्री, कंप्यूटर, रेडियो, टेलीविजन, हार्डवेयर और सॉफ्टवेयर इत्यादि के उपयोग से स्कूली शिक्षा को नवाचारी, सृजनात्मक और रुचिकर बनाया है तथा सीखने सिखाने की प्रक्रिया में महत्वपूर्ण और अनुकरणीय योगदान दिया है। इन पुरस्कृत शिक्षा के कर्मयोगियों के प्रति सराहना और कृतज्ञता प्रकट करते हुए हमारी मनोकामना है कि स्कूली शिक्षा की बगिया में शैक्षिक सूचना और संचार प्रौद्योगिकी के नवाचारी व सघन प्रयोग से बाल मनों की जिज्ञासाओं को नित नई उड़ान मिलती रहे।
As ma'am, these have been the prestigious awards that are distributed in order to inspire teachers so that they work more in the field of ICT in the entire process of teaching and learning. So it drives curiosity in me to know how many awards are to be distributed every year.
Yes, since we started these awards from the year 2011, so there were 92 awards which were instituted to encourage each state and UTs to apply for these awards and also to encourage the use of ICT among different states and UTs, because under the ICT at School scheme and as per the Digital India campaign, which promotes to develop ICT infrastructure as the prime focus. So the ICT infrastructure was also instituted in all government secondary and senior secondary schools. So, so it was to see whether these ICT infrastructure is being utilized by the teachers or not, and how they are using ICT. So these awards were instituted for each state and UT. So there were some award quotas for each state and UT, and that was keeping in view the number of school each state and UT has. There are some big states and there are some small states also, and accordingly the number of schools differ. So keeping in view the number of schools in a particular state and UTs, the number of awards were instituted against each state and UT, and in total there were 92 awards. But recently these are all the awards given by different ministries have been rationalized to also enhance the quality of award which are given for specific purposes, for specific initiatives. And from 2020 onwards, for which we are inviting entries, now the number of award is 36. We have 36 states and UTs in our country, and now 36 awards have been instituted. So now the number of award is 36. So
as ma'am, you are discussing about the numbers. So do we know till now how many awards have been distributed?
Yes, I must project it on screen how many awards have been instituted. Given by Nona, that's what you mean. Yeah. So here you can see on the screen that So So in 2010, I must correct myself. So we started giving these awards from 2010. As you can see on the screen, that time 92 awards were instituted. But to have the quality control, so the selection criteria was very, very strict, which still is very strict, because every award has a quality dimension to it. So only 13 awards were given, and in 2011, as can be seen on the screen, 7 awards were given. In 2012, 9 awards were given. In 2013, 12 awards were given. 2014, the number of awards were 9, and in 2015, the number of awards was 11. And in 2016, the number increases, which suggests that the teachers became more aware about the use of ICT, more proficient in the use of ICT. And for that, we also introduced national ICT curriculum for teachers, so that they become digitally literate and can use ICT in their day-to-day teaching learning processes. And we can see the results here. In 2016, 24 awards were given, and in 2017, as you can see, 43 awards were given to teachers. 2018, 25 awards were given, and in 2019, 24 awards were given to teachers. So now we are, as I have already mentioned, we are planning to inviting entries for the year 2020 and 21. And I must also mention here that from 2021 onwards, we have added 2 new categories of for these awards, because teacher educators are also very, very important when use and integration of, we are talking about use and integration of ICT in teaching learning process, because they are the ones who are training pre-service and also in-service teachers. So their ICT competencies are also very, very important. So we have introduced ICT awards for teacher educators also, and the number of these awards are 10. So from 2021 onwards, 10 teacher educators will also get these awards. And the another category which has been introduced apart from teachers and teacher educators is at state level. So states will also be given awards for their best practices, because until and unless there are efforts being made at state and UT level, so it is difficult for teachers and teacher educators to integrate ICT in a big way, or as it is desired, because at the state level also initiatives need to be made. So who are the best practicing state who are using ICT in an innovative and effective manner has to be seen while selecting the states and UTs for these awards. So those awards will be for the state level awards, and recognition to state will be given for best practices and innovative practices.
Well, I think that's a great news, because now we have awards for teachers, teacher educators, and also the best practicing states. So ma'am, a lot of viewers in our comment section, they are pouring in the questions like, who all can apply for these awards? This is the question from most of the teachers.
Okay, so for this I would like to take them through the portal. So before just telling about who can apply for the awards, so it is also so let us start with who all can apply for the awards. School run by state, as you can see on the screen, school run by the state government, UT administrations, then school run by local bodies, private schools affiliated to state boards, aided by state governments and UT administration. So this is one category of school which can apply for the award. Then there are central government schools, Kendriya Vidyalayas, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas, Sainik schools, and school run by Ministry of Defense. Then school run by Atomic Energy Education Society, AEES, Eklavya Model Residential Schools under Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and other ministries, organizations, under Government of India. Then schools affiliated to Council of Indian School Certificate Examination, CISCE, and schools affiliated to the Central Board of Secondary Education. So teachers teaching in these schools can apply for the awards. And I wanted to mention that from 2017 onwards, to bring more transparency to the nominations of the award, an ICT award portal was developed at Central Institute of Educational Technology, and it was launched. So now, earlier teachers were applying by paper and pencil. They were submitting their files and putting up their case to the states, and then states were nominating them at national level. But now teachers can self-nominate using the ICT award portal. They can just log into the portal, and then they can register themselves, and they can submit their entry, self-nominate themselves. Then by the Directorate of Education, a committee is constituted at the level of Directorate of Education, and that is submitting the nomination to the national level. And then a national level committee is already there, which evaluates these entries, and then the awards are given.
And ma'am, may we know the procedure that is to be followed in order to apply for National ICT Award?
So the procedure, a little bit of it I have already mentioned, that they have to self-nominate. Then their entries are evaluated by a committee constituted at the level of Directorate of Education, and then they submit the selected candidates at the state level to the national level, and national level jury then evaluates those entries, those nominations submitted by states, and then the selection is made. And the selected candidates then all those selections are submitted to Ministry of Education. And after the approval of the ministry, the award ceremony is organized, and these awards are given away to the teachers of this country. So it is very important to take our viewers through the portal, and I have with me Miss Neeti. With the help of her, I will take you through the portal. Can we switch on through the portal now? So here you can see all about National ICT Awards. So yeah, let us start from the beginning. So this is the home page of National ICT Award for Teachers 2020 and 2021. So here you can see all about the award. It is given about ICT awards. You can get all the information from here. And we have also published the advertisement in the newspapers also, so you can see the copies of ads also, the bilingual copies of ad in English and in Hindi here. So yeah, so there are also guidelines given for these awards. So about you have already seen, and here you can see from 2021 onwards. The awards are for school teachers, teacher educators, and best practicing states and UTs. So here we can see the guidelines of these awards for school teachers, teacher educators, and best practicing states. I have already explained in details the procedure for school teachers. So let us see about teacher educators. So here you can see what are the awards for teacher educators, what are the guidelines for nomination of National ICT Awards for teacher educators. How to apply, you can see here how to apply is also given. So the eligible teachers, they can log on to the portal. Here the URL is also given, ictawards.ncert.gov.in. So this is the URL of National ICT Award portal. If you Google also, just Google National ICT Awards, so you will get this as a top search, you will get the URL of this portal. So how to apply is also given here under the guidelines. Then process of selection and evaluation of award you can see here. So first step is self-nomination by the teacher educator, same is for the teachers, and using the URL of the portal. Then the Directorate of Education, with the help of state level committee headed by Principal Secretary, will scrutinize the submitted entries and evaluate them and shortlist the candidate, and the list of shortlisted candidates and what they have done is then submitted to CIT and CRT, and then a national level committee evaluates this entry. A jury meeting is done. Teachers, and from 2021 onwards, awards for 2021, teachers, teacher educators will also have to make their presentation in front of the jury, and based on the presentation and the testimonials they have submitted, their selection will be done for final award. So here you can also see on the portal the criteria of award. So I'm not reading it out because it is very elaborate criteria, because they are national level awards. So there is category A, the submission for the criteria for category A is a more objective criteria. So you have to submit your answer for the criteria. So I will read out the first the evaluation first point in the evaluation matrix. Whether the teacher educator or teacher used ICT for continuous professional development or of self and other stakeholders. This can include completion of an online course for Swayam, Diksha or any other MOOC platform. So if you have done any course for your professional development is one criteria. So the answer will be yes or no, and you have to submit the testimonial for the same. So all the criteria given here, which is a 10-point criteria is objective and you have to submit a testimonial for each criteria. Then criteria B is based on their performance. Yeah, you are doing a lot of things, but whether whatever you are doing using ICT is impacting the performance of your school, performance of your students, and your own performance has been taken care of in this category. So there are 6 points under category B against which you have to write, you have to present also in the national level jury, and at state level also you have to be evaluated keeping in view these criteria. And as you can see, again, the number of nomination for each state and UT is also given in the guidelines. For the state who are having more number of schools, so the number of nominations are more. Like for, you can see on the screen, Andhra Pradesh has to submit 6 nominations, Arunachal Pradesh 4, Assam 4, Bihar 6. So like that, state have to submit their nomination as per the number given in the guidelines. So you can see here the number of entries to be submitted by each state and UTs. This is for teacher educators, same is for teachers. And for state and UTs, each state has to submit their case for, putting their case that they have been doing using ICT in an innovative manner, and how, what are the achievements of their specific state and UT. So that is it. Here you can also see, so guideline I have already shown you, so you can see the guidelines by logging on to the portal here for teachers, teacher educators, and best practicing states and UTs. So here instructions also been given for submitting your self nomination. So this is you can see 2 PDFs here. Submission manual for school teachers, instruction manual for school teachers, and instruction manual for teacher educators. So these manual will help you out how to nominate yourself and how you put your nominations in the on the portal. And there is gallery also. So there are images of ICT awardees for 2017, 18 and 19, as you can see here, and there are testimonial videos also. So you can see the portfolio of each ICT awardee, a video documentation, short video documentation of each of the ICT awardees. So here on a screen you can see the National ICT Awardees, small testimonial videos of National ICT Awardees for the year 2019. So you can know who all are the National ICT Awardees and which states they belong to. So then moving further onto the portal, you can also seek, you might have several questions in your mind. So there are frequently asked questions also given which can guide you or help you out on addressing your queries, because these are basic questions which you might be having in your mind. So how many awards are to be given each year? Who can apply? Can school heads, principals, teachers engaged in all subject areas such as games, sports, theatre, painting, physical education also apply? So all such answers are given in FAQ. So I would recommend you to go through these FAQs so that you can know more about National ICT Awards. So log on to the portal and know all the questions which are still in your mind to know more about this. So the contact address is also given. If you have any further query, so you can write to Joint Director, Central Institute of Educational Technology, about any further queries. So this is the login page. So if you click on to login, so you have to submit several information which is asked. It is a very short and crisp form for login. So after login, you will get the real entry submission form. So that is all about the portal, and you will get to know everything using the portal.
And this was all the description provided by ma'am about National ICT portal. And ma'am, I think our viewers could explore all by themselves and can get to know more about the portal and all the information that is available there in the context of awards.
Sure. So everything is given on the portal. So that is why I have taken my viewers through the portal, so that they get to know more about the National ICT Award. So if you have some questions, you can ask questions.
Of course, there are certain questions that are rising in my mind, and also our viewers are talking so much about it. Like one of the questions that we have from Sonia Vadvaji says that could one teacher apply in two categories, both as teacher and teacher educator? Could that be possible?
I don't know why this question. Either you are a teacher or you are a teacher educator. So maybe this is because in some states the teachers also transferred to state level organization to function as teacher educators. So no, not in both the categories. If you are basically a teacher, you need to apply under the category of teachers. But if you are a teacher educator also and transferred to or appointed to a teacher education institution, you have to work there for at least more than 4 months duration. So that is the criteria, and as teacher educators, then you need to have the work you have done against the criteria. So you have to choose one category only, either as a teacher or as a teacher educator for 1 year.
It depends on the current position.
It depends upon your current position. But if you are recently posted as a teacher educator and you want to, and you have more work as a teacher, so you can apply as a teacher.
Thank you for answering that. As when we are discussing about National ICT Awards, so one question that comes in my mind regularly is, why do we call ICT as the need of the hour? For example, when I used to study, there was this monologue from our teachers. They used to come and just give us our lectures, but now there's more student-teacher interaction. Students and teachers could participate. Even students can, they are not reluctant to talk to their teachers. So what are the changes you think that ICT has bring in the classroom scenario?
Actually, the use of technology, and ICT is one component of educational technology. It enhances the quality of teaching learning process, and it has a lot of components which are engaging to these students. Because when we read our textbooks, any textbook chapter, there are a lot of concepts which are abstract in nature, which cannot be visualized by the student, and that is where a student is stuck up. So if we tell them abstract things which they cannot visualize, they cannot see, so ICT makes it possible to visualize all such concepts. For example, Earth is spherical. That is being taught to students. We talk about the universe. Universe is infinite. But can we visualize this? Can a student visualize Earth as spherical and universe as infinite, and there is something like universe which exists? So ICT makes it possible to give them simulated image of all these concepts, the Earth, the universe, the solar system, and also a lot of other concepts which are not possible to visualize, like eruption of a volcano.
Of course.
Other landform formation. So it takes centuries to form a particular kind of landform. So can the process of landform formation be visualized by a student? But if we have a small video, for example on waterfall formation, volcanic eruption, so students can visualize a simulated image or simulated the concept in a simulated manner, and the concept becomes more clearer to the students. So that is the use of ICT. Apart from this, we have recently faced 3 waves of COVID-19 pandemic, and as we all know that the schools were forced to closure at that time, and students were forced to remain at home. So information and communication technology played a very big role in that scenario. And keeping in view that now our Prime Minister has also announced recently that we need to have a hybrid model of schooling and education, so that whenever such requirement are in the normal conditions also, so that hybrid model should exist where face-to-face teaching and flipped teaching are combined, and other aspects also, to have a hybrid model when students can learn something at home also with the help of teachers, with the kind of resources teachers share them. Flipped learning is one example of that. Earlier also, when we were in a school, when use of ICT was not so prevalent, our teachers used to say, tomorrow we will learn this lesson, we will read this lesson, so you study it at home. So that was to save the time of classroom period, to have more discussion on the concept which are there in the chapter. And ICT aid to it in a more, in a very good manner, because now teachers can share the audio, video, simulations, and all the other forms of resources with the students using ICT. And student can watch those videos, come in the class with their questions, and use the classroom time more productively by asking questions, getting answers to their queries, discussion and all. And that makes teaching more engaging, and students' voices are also given place in the classroom with the use of ICT.
So it enhances the student and teacher
participation. And also saves time also, and we use the classroom period more productively.
I think that is the best use of technology. We are in this digital space. And then one more thing, it crosses my mind. We are just discussing about teachers and students, but do you think that ICT has also brought about active participation of parents in the education of students?
Yes. That is a very important question. So now, earlier the used to write notes about their ward, about the ward of a parent in the school diary. Sometimes they used to show the diary to the parents and in the parent-teacher meeting. But now with the use of ICT, there are such websites and portals where parents also can see the performance of their students, and they can also pay online fees. All the other things have also become very easier. They can pay fee online. They can see the performance of their wards also. And there are also content for the parents which they need to know as informed parents. So we have an ePathshala app also, which has 4 components: teachers, students, educators and parents. So the list of learning outcome, the document of learning outcome is given there. So parents can refer to the learning outcome document, and they can later see whether their students are at the right achieving the learning outcome.
Of course, they can share their active feedback with the teachers, what they think about their award. Thank you so much, ma'am, for providing all those important details about National ICT Award. We are not left by much time in the conversation. Any concluding remarks?
Diksha is another portal. I would like to say there is a portal called Diksha, and though it is not related to National ICT Award, but the awardee teacher, the aspirant teachers of National ICT Award and teacher educators, they can get a lot of resources from the Diksha portal. So we have numerous resources, digital resources on Diksha. All the digital textbooks are also there, which are energized with chapter specific learning resources. And there are a lot of courses also on Diksha for teachers, which they can do to enhance their own professional growth.
And we also regularly conduct our sessions and provide them information regarding the different portals that are available. We conduct our sessions regarding the journey of National ICT Awardees. So you get to know all about their journey, the applications, the ICT interventions that they have used in their education process might be productive to all of you. Once again, thanks a lot, ma'am, for being a part of this conversation, apprising our viewers about National ICT Award, the guidelines, and if you, in case if you want to explore more about National ICT Award, then ma'am has also demonstrated a portal for you. You can explore the portal in and out, and if you have any of the queries, write to us in the comment section of NCRT Official. Either here is a mail ID that's flashing on your screen. You may also write to us at this mail ID, that is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. Thanks a lot for being an active part of this particular conversation. Now it's time to say goodbye in this particular session, but stay connected with NCRT. We'll be back with another session, that is Sahyog. Namaskar.